Hi, Heather. This is Austin, longtime listener, first-time caller. I have an absolutely not, and I know you love an airplane story. So
Hmm.
there I was yesterday on a very short flight from San Diego back to Albuquerque, wedged between two people on a Southwest flight. So you don't get to assign your seat. You just plop right down, right in the middle of whoever God chose for your life. And God chose a guy who was eating an entire rotisserie chicken out of a plastic bag in the aisle, row two in the aisle, right when you come on the plane, right? But he didn't have his rotisserie chicken just out on display until, I don't know, 1 millisecond after the wheels came up off of the ground. So there I was sitting next to this
Hmm.
man eating an entire rotisserie chicken, just, I mean, like
Hmm.
fingers in it, ripping it
Hmm.
apart the entire flight. Luckily, it was only about an hour and a half, and he did eventually run out of chicken.
Mm.
But one of the most disturbing human experiences I've had the misfortune of witnessing. So there you go. Bye.
Well, that's Southwest in a nutshell for you. Wait, that's insane. Also, clearly, this man was doing the carnivore diet or keto. And I can imagine the rotisserie chicken. I'm hoping, okay, playing devil's advocate here. I'm hoping that what he did was he took the rotisserie chicken. This would also make it grosser. But I've seen online the best way to shred your chicken off a rotisserie chicken if you're making a chicken salad is you take the chicken in a giant gallon-sized Ziploc bag and you shake it. You fucking shake that thing and the bones will fall right off and all the meat's at the bottom. I have a feeling that man doesn't have the same algorithm as me on TikTok. So he probably put it in whole. And if you have a whole rotisserie chicken where it's not just a bunch of shredded chicken at the bottom, which is still disgusting, but if you are actively ripping the skin off, taking the bones, sucking on the bones, throwing them in the bag, that's serial killer moves right there. And I'll sometimes bring a meal. I'll go stop at an Air One and get some sort of combo plate and bring my own food because I'm burnt out on plain food. But if you start seeing me with just a rotisserie chicken, I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody call the authorities. I am not well. Do a wellness check on me because I am unwell, bitch. And I know we're all about hitting our protein goals, but at some point, somebody's got to stand up and say, enough with the protein. Some of y'all need some fucking fiber. Some of y'all are going to have polyps on your next colonoscopy, and you're going to have you're going to have to answer to somebody. Not only should you answer to your Southwest citizens, fellow citizens on this airplane, but you're going to have to answer to somebody else, and he's called your gastroenterologist. I pray to God, God, and he could have taken the chicken in the bag and shaken it and then gotten the shredded chicken and then put it in a nice little Tupperware and he could have put some greens with it and maybe a little nice dressing and it could have been contained. It could have been nice, but instead he had to be a barbarian and just put the whole chicken from the plastic box or that plastic bag, which can't be good for you, right out of the Costco bag, right into another bag and just eat it raw. Or did he bring the actual rotisserie chicken bag that it came in? Which I'm going to tell you right now, absolutely, there is no way that is not giving everyone cancer. You're telling me you're taking a hot, juicy chicken, putting it in a plastic bag that is just the heat and the juices are vaporizing into the plastic, which warms up the other sides of the bag, which then the microplastics are going into the chicken. And then you're over there just sucking on it, raw dogging it, thinking that you're doing something for your health. Little do you know, you probably didn't even taste or test the sodium contents of that bird. Dude, I looked up one time, the Costco rotisserie chickens are one of the worst things you can ever buy. Some of y'all are going to end up in absolute cirrhosis of the liver simply because your sodium's too high from these fucking rotisserie chickens. And I love a rotisserie chicken every now and then, but then when I get grossed out by chicken, I am done. I still want a chicken crisper, but there are some days where I go, I don't want the bird. Some days I want it, some days I don't. But I'll tell you right now, bringing a rotisserie chicken on a flight, you've got to be out of your fucking mind. You're not allowed to vote. I'm sorry. That's revoked. And if you don't have a book bag full of wet wipes to wipe down the entire first 3 rows in front of you after eating said rotisserie chicken on an open airplane, then you should be banned from the airlines. I said it. Also, who can finish an entire rotisserie chicken? My husband, so I don't even know why I said that. It's disgusting. And the way he eats chicken wings, he puts the whole wing in his mouth and he like scrapes it on his teeth and then he bites the bones. When I tell you there is nothing left, my husband could win a wing eating contest and he gets so mad at me for how I eat wings. I go around and then I kind of pull and then I'm grossed out by like the last little like vein and then I say it out loud and then he's like, quit ruining my experience at this Buffalo Wild Wings. And then I'm like, I should have gone boneless, but you didn't want to go boneless. And he's like, boneless wings are for fucking pussies. And I'm like, well, I am one. And then we fight back and forth. And then the next thing you know, I'm sitting at an Applebee's by myself watching 17-year-olds get proposed to.